So welcome to part 3 of my video. Here you're going to see it all coming together. Please like, subscribe and comment. Thank you. So I've sanded the top. I've put an edge trim on which I used dowels. Mitred it. Featherboard there, and then what I'm going to do is cut that edge, make it clean. I'm going to just put a piece of that'll be glued and brad nailed on. That'll tidy that up, and then that gets just some fence paint on the side. Okay, so that's at the back as well. And then these doors are coming off. I'll put them on just to match them up. I've got some furniture to go on. These doors were made out of my head's gone. Decking boards. I glued them together and it created that nice looking, looks a bit like antique furniture, but it's only decking boards. And then I've glued and clamped them. So inside, that's what we'll have inside. It's going to have a storage unit. It's going to be for, I've got a shelf there made. It doesn't have to be waterproof because it's being under the porch there, but it would shed water, all pressure treated, and so it's just a storage unit, and I can use that for my grinding and stuff. So yeah, so it's on wheels, they lock, so that's good. So that'll come off in a minute, and I'm going to put a trim on the front there and bring this out slightly, and then again that's just going to have the edge tidy up. So, and the top is made out of again decking boards, glued and clamped. So yeah, I'll finish this off. So I'm using my brilliant track saw again to cut this cladding. I love that track saw. Right, next we're refitting the doors and hinges. So as you can see, I've put the cladding on round the side, so the face frame is much neater than the old way I did it, which had the 4x2s showing. So I'm just reattaching the doors. I normally use packers like this if it's just lightweight doors to line it all up. I mean, the doors cut really well actually, and they're quite precise. So packers, lining it up so it opens up clearly. And doesn't bind or anything, and allow for expansion and contraction. So I've allowed for sort of 3 or 4 mil. I don't see it expanding and contracting too much because of the way they've been glued and pocket hold. Okie dokie, right, so I have sanded this down. I just got to, let's do this. This is 180 grit. Just coloured this a bit just to break it up. It wasn't, the glue went a bit white, so all this just break up the colour because it was white like that. That's all we do. Special colouring furniture stuff. Then we'll take it off like that, and when that goes on you won't see it much. Okay, so we've done a bit of sanding, so we're going to hoover any dust off, otherwise it would show in the stain. Right, so yeah, now removing the dust with white spirit. Just put this on lightly. This will take any more bits of dust off. It normally dries within about 10-15 minutes. Then use a tack cloth and then you can stain. Here we are now staining. This is the start of the staining. This is the first coat. It's important to get this on evenly. As I said in the previous video, I didn't use wood conditioner, pre-stain conditioner. So the cladding on the side, which is featherboard, I'm just using some Ronseal, I think you'll see the tin in a minute, Harvest Brown fence paint, because these are quite thin sort of panels, so I thought this was the best option on the side. In hindsight, I wish I'd cladded it, but again, it's all time and cost, and it's only just, I'm only using this for carving wood signs mainly in storage. And on the front of the doors, I'm using some beautiful teak oil, which I really liked, and I thought it came out in the end, as you'll see at the end of the video, came out really well. So I've oiled the front doors. Ugh. Great. I put some oil on the, which I'll now wipe off the excess. And I've painted the top. That'll need another coat. Now all I've got to do is do the sides with a bit of the creosote stuff, which won't take long. Let that dry overnight. And we'll put another coat of that on, and that'll do. What we're doing, so not sure that's a bit dark, so I'm going to use some normal fence paint that I've used there to lighten it a bit. Just reacts sometimes with pressure treated wood. The doors, they're going to get another coat of tar oil. The top's getting sanded. I should have used wood conditioner. I knew there was some, I forgot to use it. Pre-sand conditioner, or you use wood conditioner, it takes away that staining. But where it absorbs differently, but I should just, it's fine because I'm using it as a worktop anyway, it'll get damaged. But so that is the plan, and then put some knobs and bits on. This knob is going to put some bits and knobs on, so hold tight. So this is coat 2 of the Cuprinol garden furniture wood stainy. So second coat should go on better. So this is a second coat of stain. As I say, I should have used a wood pre-stain conditioner, not a sanding sealer. That's what you use if you're sanding in between coats for carving and stuff, which I'll show you. But I should have, especially because it's a softwood and it's a softwood and it's pressure treated, so you're never going to get this to look like, say, a piece of internal wood. But what I'll do is put it on nice and thick, and then we'll wipe it off with a cloth in 15 minutes. You leave it on for 15, so 4:45 I will take it off. As you can see, I'll listen to radio. I need to turn it down, I apologise. I'm going to do that now. Right, another tip, when you're painting, you should go put it in a kettle, but this is just a little touch up, so yeah, you should, because you don't contaminate the paint. But always, if not, wipe where the instructions are, because you might need that next time. I'm sure we've all done it now, you can identify with that. So yeah, so that is the second coat of stain. You put it on thick, look, you see where it's absorbing more. Might need a third coat, so I didn't use that pre-wood conditioner, but we'll see. Right, I'm going to do tung oil on there and paint that with some fence paint, which is a lighter, because I don't like that. Okay.
Yet another tip of the day.
Most people know this, but and then wrap it in clingy filmy. If your partner will let you, stick it in the fridge. But I'm doing this again maybe later, so this would do. And then can always, as long as you put enough on, you can always put it under water, in cold water as well, which helps because it stops any air getting any reaction. So that's that. This is the tongue oil, teak oil, sorry, tongue oil. Always get those two confused. Teak oil. So we're going to put another coat on that on the doors now. Sounds like an old man. Oh. Okay, I'm going to get a better brush because that is awful. That's going in the bin, that one. Okay, so I'm now using Cuprinol duck spack. I like this. This is a fence paint, so it won't show the grain, but it's only featherboards. And I think once this dries, it'll look better. So I might even put this on the dividing fence. I've done that. I've got some trials, look, on there. So I'll get on with this. That'll be a nice cup of tea. Months, but need about 6 really. I put them under cover so they're dry. The moisture content in the wood is dry, but sorry. So with this fence, you can see it's starting to fade, but you need it to silver. You know they naturally go. You don't need to paint. This is pressure treated, but you ideally let it go silver for a year. Paint in the summer when it's dried out, but so that'll wait because and you'll see I'm going to leave the back to silver off a bit, and then next year, later on in this year, I'll redo the top because I'm not happy with the way that's come out. I think it's either the wood stain was really old, or it's because I didn't use pre-wood conditioner, wood conditioner, which helps the wood absorb the stain evenly. But it's not a problem because it's a worktop. This isn't. This is just me trying bits out. Another tip for you. When so this is the clean. This is what we call the. Again, you shouldn't really paint out of pots, but it's fence paint, so I do. I always wipe the instructions off. Clean the edge so that the lid doesn't stick. And with this stuff, I just put the brushes in there and the old pound pot. And you shouldn't do it normally, but the brushes don't deteriorate, they last years, and saves you cleaning them off, and they're ready to go straight out of the tin. If I'm not going to use it for a long time, I will clean them off. They're only water based. What have I done? Yeah, so second coat's on, that's on. It'll all look better tomorrow when it dries. The wood absorbs it. I've put my handle on there. I've got to reinforce this frame a little bit because it's just slightly moving. Although I did 4x2s, there's a lot of weight, so I'll do some chop saw and cut some angles in on there in that frame, and then I've got a lock to go on there. Yeah. Hello. Right. What are you doing? Right. So what I've done. Giving a light sand to the worktop. As I say, I should have used sanding sealer, wood conditioner, before I stained it. I think the stain was a bit dodgy as well. But anyway, it's only a worktop and it's a nice little trial. So what I've done, I've given it a light sand with 220 grit, so it's had 3 coats of stain. I've then applied the sanding shellac sealer on top. And then I'll let that dry for half hour, sand it very lightly, and then put the final clear external varnish on the top. That's the plan. But really I should have put this on first, and then I wouldn't have got that it's absorbed differently because it's a light wood, it's soft wood, sorry, not a hard wood. Because it's a soft wood, because it's decking boards, which are very soft, and pine type wood, then it absorbs it very quickly, so that first coat stain went in, didn't go in evenly, and I don't think it was very good, so that would have prevented that. So anyway, so the next step is let that dry, and I'm going to get on with a few of the jobs. I'm going to do the bracing, so get the chop saw out. Thank you. So these are the to strengthen that, stop the flexing left and right, and these are stoppers. A bit crude, but it works just to stop it shutting up. It rests against these 45, so yeah. So I've added some links here for the stuff I used on this. You can click on it and purchase via Amazon. Thank you. So this is a few weeks after use. So as you can see, I've added some very nice polished copper 15mm tube, which is there now the handles, because obviously it's on wheels and you can wheel it around. I've marked it a bit already, but again, I'm using it for carving and general as a workshop, like worktop for cutting stuff. But it's turned out perfect. It's a good storage unit, water resistant, not that it needs to be, and I'm really happy with the look.
Amazing! That's all, folks. Please like, subscribe and comment. Thank you.